PhD thesis outline. Writing a PhD thesis often feels like climbing a long, demanding mountain. You begin with excitement and confidence, but as you move forward, the journey quickly becomes challenging. Here's the good news. Every successful PhD thesis follows a clear structure. A thesis is not just about writing pages, it is about telling your research story in a logical, convincing way. When the structure is right, the process becomes clearer and more manageable. At SparkScholarG, we break the PhD thesis into 6 core chapters. Each chapter has a distinct role, and together they form a connected and coherent whole, like pieces of a puzzle. Let's walk through them step by step. Chapter 1. Introduction. The introduction lays the foundation for your entire thesis. It explains what your research is about, why it matters, and how you intend to approach it. This chapter should cover the research problem, what issue, challenge, or gap are you addressing, purpose of the study, why this topic, why now, research questions, the key questions guiding your investigation, motivation and significance, why this research is important academically or socially, definition of key terms, clarify important concepts so readers can follow your work, thesis structure, a brief overview of what each chapter contains. Tip: many experienced researchers write the introduction last. Once your study is complete, it becomes much easier to introduce it clearly and confidently. A strong introduction should convince readers that your topic is worth studying. Chapter 2. Literature Review. The literature review builds the intellectual background of your research. It demonstrates that you understand the field and know where your work fits. Key elements include key challenges in the field, major debates, problems, or unresolved issues, previous studies and theories, what has already been investigated, established findings, what is already known, research gap, what is missing, underexplored, or unclear, and novelty of your work, how your study contributes something new. Tip: avoid simply summarizing studies. Instead, compare, evaluate, and connect existing research to your own work. A strong literature review usually ends with a clear gap statement, showing exactly why your research is necessary. Chapter 3. Methodology. This chapter explains how you conducted your research. It provides transparency and shows that your study is reliable and ethical. Include research approach, qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods, data collection, participants, instruments, and procedures, data analysis, methods, models, or software used, such as SPSS, NVivo, MATLAB, or Python, and ethical considerations, consent, confidentiality, and risk management. Tip: be detailed and honest. The methodology chapter should allow another researcher to replicate your study if needed. This chapter establishes the credibility of your results. Chapter 4. Findings. This chapter presents what you discovered without interpretation. Key points: present results in a logical sequence. Use tables, figures, and charts to clarify complex data. Organize content with clear headings and subheadings. Summarize key results at the end of each section. Tip: let the data speak for itself. Avoid explaining meanings or implications here. That comes next. Readers should clearly see how your findings answer the research questions. Chapter 5. Discussion. This chapter explains what your findings mean. This is where your analytical thinking becomes most visible. Include major interpretations of findings, comparison with previous studies, practical and theoretical implications, strengths, limitations, and possible sources of bias. Tip: be critical but confident. Acknowledging limitations strengthens your work. It does not weaken it. This chapter transforms results into knowledge. Chapter 6. Conclusion. The conclusion brings your research journey to a close. Although brief, it leaves a lasting impression. Include a concise summary of the study, key insights and major contributions, final conclusions drawn from the research, limitations of the study, recommendations for future research. Tip: end on a forward-looking note. Show how your research contributes to the field and opens doors for future studies. Putting it all together. At SparkScholarG, we summarize the PhD thesis structure like this. 1. Introduction, what, why, and how, setting the stage. 2. Literature review, what is known, identifying the research gap. 3. Methodology, how the study was conducted, showing the process. 4. Findings, what was discovered, presenting results. 5. Discussion, what it means, interpreting findings. And 6. Conclusion, so what next, summarizing and recommending future work. Each chapter builds on the previous one, creating a smooth flow from problem identification to knowledge contribution. Bonus tips for writing a strong PhD thesis. 1. Start early. Writing always takes longer than expected. 2. Communicate regularly with your supervisor. 3. Don't aim for perfection in your first draft. Progress matters more. 4. Use reference managers like Zotero or Mendeley. And 5. Take breaks. Clear thinking improves writing quality. Final thoughts. Your PhD thesis is more than a document. It's your voice in the research community. It reflects your thinking, effort, and contribution to knowledge. Follow the structure, stay consistent, and focus on telling your research story clearly. Every great thesis begins with a single step, writing the first page. So open your document and begin today. If you find content like this helpful, subscribe to SparkScholarG, like the video, and share it with others in the research and academic community. SparkScholarG, from idea to paper.